So I ended up completely roped into it. And it becomes like a machine behind you. You end up with this training program. They sent this fella called Greg to train me. Greg White. Who kept on phoning me up all the time, saying, have you done this, have you done that, have you done this, have you done that? And then he'd come to see me in January to go for a bike ride. In January I was living in Alderley Edge because I thought I was a footballer. And he turned up. Now you all know what January was like here. Freezing. Absolutely freezing. Snow on the ground. Anyone who's ridden a bike in January will tell you what it's like. It's miserable. You're riding along, snow on the ground, the snot freezes to your face. You pedal along, your fingers die, stuck to the handlebars, you can't feel your legs, your toes are frozen. I'm riding along thinking, them fucking kids in Africa. Those kids in Africa will be playing football on the fucking beach now. We get back to our house, I'm freezing cold. Get a shower and stuff, to our house, sat in the kitchen, he's got a little check pad. He's going, so have you been doing your running? I said, I've been doing a bit. You've been doing your rowing? I said, I've been doing a bit. He said, you've been doing eating all the right things? I said, I've been doing a bit. He said, you've been training twice a day? I said, I've been doing a bit. He said, what about injuries? I said, I'm okay. He said, what about irritations? I said, apart from you. He said, no, seriously, irritations. He said, because you're going to do something that's like an endurance thing. If you get an irritation that starts a rash, could become an infection, could be a problem. I said, well, I think I'm okay. He said, well, okay, I'll just ask you outright, how's your undercarriage? He did that with his hand. How's your undercarriage? I didn't even know I had an undercarriage. I thought that was only something you got on Vauxhall vans. I said, what do you mean, my undercarriage? He said, your undercarriage. He said, what a lot of cyclists do to get irritation in the undercarriage. He said, so therefore, what they do is they wax it. I said, they what? He said, they wax it. I said, oh, do that? He said, yeah. He said, have you looked to see if there's any hair growth there that you want to potentially get removed? I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. He said, have you ever looked underneath there? I said, if I could look underneath there, I'd be in a circus, not talking to you, dickhead. He said, well, you should look. Get a mirror and have a look. So I did, and I swear to God, lads, do it once. All the lads in this room, do it once in your life. You will not believe what you were carrying around. It is unbelievable. I got a mirror, I locked myself in the bathroom. You've got to lock the bathroom. You don't want to get caught doing this, that's a lot different. And I'm stood like that with a mirror. You know what I felt like? I felt like a car going through an army checkpoint. I'm like that. I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden, I just saw this afro. It looked like the Jackson 5 were doing a gig behind me bollocks. I couldn't believe it. I don't know, wonder I'm uncomfortable. I'm sat on a Brillo pad. This is ridiculous. I phoned Greg up. I said, Greg. I said, Greg, I can't tell you what I seen, but it was shocking. What do I do? He said, you need to find somewhere local to you that does waxing. He said, just get on the internet and look for men waxing. So I did. I went on to Google. I put men waxing. Don't do that. That was 35 minutes of my life I will never ever get back. And some of the images are still in my head. It was 35 minutes going through websites, an hour and a half trying to delete the history on my computer. Eventually I found this website called Strictly Waxing. Strictly Waxing in Radcliffe, North Manchester. Yeah. Well, you're cheering, let's be honest, we all know fucking male grooming is not a priority in Radcliffe, North Manchester. If you wash, you're a puff. But they've got this place, Strictly Waxing, intimate waxing for men, Strictly Waxing. So I phoned up. She answered the phone, went, hello, Strictly Waxing. I said, hello, I've got a mate, and he's doing a lot of cycling. She said, it's all right, love, we deal a lot with cyclists. I know what you're saying, it's the undercarriage. We know exactly what to do. When do you want to come in? So I made an appointment for the following day. So I turned up, and I'm looking, I put the address in the sat nav. I'm expecting to turn up and see a door with the bell on it. Do you know what I mean? What I might imagine a massage parlour or a brothel might look like if you should go to such a place. You know, where there's a bell, it just says, you know, like, Naughty Nancy. Miss Dominatrix, strictly waxing, that's what I'm expecting. Turn into this car park. There's a parade of shops. There's a hardware shop, there's a barber's, there's a grocery shop at the end, and there's a fucking shop in the middle with a sign about that big, strictly waxing! Intimate waxing for men. It may as well have had an arrow going, look at monkey bollocks coming in here. I thought there's absolutely no chance I'm walking in there, like, without a disguise. So put a cap on, put my collar up, and just walked in. Ting ting, went in, sat behind the desk. I said, hello, I've got an appointment at 2 o'clock for Brian. She's like, no. Brian, 2 o'clock? Oh, no. But aren't you John Bishop? I went, yeah, Brian couldn't make it. Where's that come from? Who's ever said to the mates, listen, I was going to get me bollocks waxed today, but I've just got caught up with the kids. Do us a favour. Go and get your bollocks waxed. And then come round to our house and I'll rub them and pretend they're mine. Just looked at me like I'd gone mad. I went, oh, okay, well, just go in the room. So I went into this treatment room. And the girls will know what goes on. You go into this room, there's a bed there. There's a cauldron in the corner, bubbling stuff. Like something out of Hogwarts with fucking little spiders' heads being dropped into it and everything. So you walk in, and again, girls. In fact, I'm not even going to call you girls. Sisters. We've been through it together. Sisters. My respect for you went through the roof after this experience. And all the lads in here, you need to respect these girls, because I tell you what, unless you do it yourselves, you have no idea what these girls go through to present their little flower to us. It is unbelievable. Because there's no standard on ceremony, it's just not an in and out. It's almost a DIY process. Because you go in, she said, right, drop your stuff, get your clothes off, I'll be back in a minute. She walks out, comes back in, I'm stood there like that. Got me socks and me boxies on. She just looked at me, she went, what are they doing on? I'm not a miracle worker, get him off. Get him off. Just kick him away like that. I haven't lost all my dignity, I've got my socks on. I stood there like that, she turns to the cauldron, and it's a very strange sensation to be stood in a situation like that, completely naked apart from your socks. The only thing that went through my mind was, Jeremy Beadle is dead, isn't he? So if she turns around now and she's got a beard, go, hey, it's me! Hey, it's me! But anyway, she just turns around and says, right, first thing we've got to do, got to deal with your creases. Your creases, I didn't even know I had any creases. So your creases, that's where there's irritation. Hair rubs against hair, causes irritation, get on the bed, get your leg up. And this is what I'm saying, girls, where you have to get involved, because you have to get your leg up, don't you? You have to hold your own leg, pull your own skin. You get a little spatula with this wax on. And it's like a wooden spatula. You know, like the doctor goes, with like not the same one, obviously. That would be a bit, But you get little thin strip, and then boom, you go, what? Little thin strip, boom, you go. And then she says, and I quote, turn round now, I need to get to the root of the problem. She turns back to the cauldron. I just lay down on the bed, I'm lying face down. She turns around to me, she went, what are you doing? I said, well, you told me to turn round. She said, I'm not a miner. I'm not gonna go looking for it. Bring it here. Bring it here. Like I was backing a van up. I'm like that. And the girls will tell you when you've got what's defined as a problem area. You can tell. Because as soon as I started backing off, you're like a builder looking at a big job. She obviously thought, this bachelor's not going to do. She went out and got a trowel. She came back. I'm like that, and then if you've got what's called a problem area, they coat it a few times. It's going to take a bit. I mean, it took 45 years to get there. It's not going to come off easy. So I'm like that. It's a very strange sensation. She's putting coat on after coat on. It's taken a while. So are you busy then? Honest to God, she put that many coats on. I thought she was going to hard sex it. It was ridiculous. And then all of a sudden she said, right, I've put enough on. And the girls will say, she said, I've put enough on. So we just got to wait now until it goes hard. I said, I think it could be a while, to be fair, love. And then you know how they know it's gone hard? How do you know it's ready? They knock on it. They knock on it. Like that. Different sounds from the big one and the little one. They knock on it. Do you know how weird it is to have someone knock on your bollocks and you hear it before you feel it? Then she goes, oh, that's it. You ready now? She goes, oh. You pull the edge first, don't you go, oh, you ready? Right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Boom! Just pulls it up. Boom! The noise was like Velcro. But Velcro that had been stuck there for 45 years. The window shook. As soon as she pulled it off, she went boom! It was like the Karate Kid with Mr. Miyagi. Pull off! Wipe on. I thought, you're not bedazzling me, are you, love? And then she walks around the front. Honestly, God, she went, that's your problem. It looked like roadkill. I thought, there's your 50 Shades of Grey there, look at that. So no wonder I'm uncomfortable, I've been sat on a rabbit. And as I say, I mean, I'm describing this, and I know there's a lot of lads in this room who are going, well, that's not for me, but do it. Do it once in your life for a life experience. It is unbelievable. Yeah, it's painful. And yeah, it takes your breath away. Massively takes your breath away. And you're there and you think, oh God, what have I done this for? Then she goes, you can get off now. Get off the bed. So you get off the bed. And you stand there. And it's that moment when you stand there like that. And that first draft arrives. It's like being picked up. You think I'm so light. I must have lost about 4 stone. This is unbelievable. You start walking like that. You can't walk properly.